Greetings to all and sundry. Time for another Chance's View. This is the January one, probably running a little bit late. I should have got this done at least a week ago, but here we are anyway. Quite a lot of ground to cover, and there will be videos leading off from this. This is the topics covered. Some topics I've covered here isn't going to be the end all and be all of them. So, first and foremost, thank you guys for the feedback, especially for the SU22UM build. Really appreciated your comments as always. That was an enjoyable project, great way to start the year for me. With the SU22 being done, I've now been able to dive into the Recon group build being run by Rob Basic Modeling, and I'm building the ICM MiG-25 RBF Foxbat, so the recce version, or one of the later reconnaissance versions of the Foxbat, and that's coming along quite well. There's going to be the usual build vid to go with this. Not horrendous on the filler, some fit issues, but nothing too bad to work through. I'm certainly having fun with this. So that's coming along quite well, and it'll be nice to have another Foxbat on the shelf. When that's done, there's going to be the project after that is one I've had in the stash for a while, and I just feel it's time to get that done. And it's this. It is the Mischayev M17. It's NATO code name Mystic. Also referred to it called the Stratospherica. I think it's more of a research aircraft than a reconnaissance bird. Some people have likened it to the Russian U-2. So, and this is the earlier version of it. So that's coming next. With the MiG-25, there will be the unboxing vid and background history vid coming up as well, so don't worry about that, and there'll be all the usual packaging of it. After the Stratospherica, I've got to tackle some shelf space in this room, because I am rapidly reaching a saturation point. Fortunately, not for unbuilt kits, but for the built ones, and I suppose that's a nice place to be. I really want to build more dioramas, and I need to create the shelf space and the enablement for that. And I like to have my models that are built out, so I don't want to take any models out of display. I just want to create more shelf space to plan ahead for the next. Basically thinking on the level of planning for the next good few years of modeling. So that's going to be a project in its own right. Once that's in place, we can then move on to some of the other projects, and now this is where I get into the slightly trickier ground. I've launched and will be, this is like the first mention of it, is the, how can I say, a mental health group build. Now, what this has arisen by is this year, COVID, everything else has really taken a toll on people. It's made people so much more isolated. So many of us are used to being able to access clubs and other things, and the elements that for many people made life worth living, sustaining our social side, have taken a real hit. Now, I've been fortunate. I've been able to still got a job. I've been able to go into work and have that segmented part of life, the different places each day, which helps a great deal. For many people, that's been a lot harder, and add into it other issues. Now, recently in January, we lost a member of the Wrexham Wings Model Club. Basically, he stopped himself after his wife died of cancer in just before Christmas, and really brought home that it was difficult to draw. It was difficult for some club members who knew him well to draw alongside him with the COVID restrictions and the other element, and a lot of us have really felt this. And modelling is meant to support people's mental health. This guy was a brilliant armour modeller. So through the two elements here, Wrexham Wing Model Club we are doing a tribute build. The idea will be that, and this is hoping that at Telford 2021 there will be some models that are being built in memory of Kevin and his wife Abby. And he was a brilliant armor modeler. So there will be some armor builds coming up in memory of him, and we're doing that as part of Wrexham Wing Model Club. But on the wider subject, I've created a page on the group build group on Facebook. Many of you who speak to me, who I chat to, are on that as well. If you're not, check out the group build group. It's currently run by Rob Basic Modeling. Brilliant guy, one of my inspirations for my channel and all the rest of it. And that is a group build it's a long-term one. What I'm asking you first and foremost is to, if you're going to undertake the build, before you do so, think of somebody in the modeling community that you haven't spoken to, haven't seen since we stopped being able to see each other due to COVID, and contact them. If there is anybody within your modeling community that you've lost, build a model in honouring or in dedication to them, in honour of them, in the style or in the manner or in the subject matter to which they built. So if he was an armour modeller, build a tank. If he was an aircraft modeller who built World War I aircraft, build a First World War I aircraft. Post your project there and saying who it is in honour of. But first and foremost, this bill, I'm asking people to contact someone. It's not just been about the dreadful respiratory disease. It's had a toll on our mental health, and so this is like a mental health awareness group build. And also the idea of remembering people. So 2 elements to it. Reach out and build in memory and say who it was. I say Wrexham Wings, we're doing our own specific one to remember Kevin was a brilliant modeler, did stunning work on slightly larger scale armor, some of the kits I've seen, and he did well in competitions, and he was known on the modeling communities. So it sounds a little bit woolly, and maybe it is meant to be. If you go to the group build group on Facebook, ask to join it, and you'll find that page there. Top of the list is reach out to somebody that you haven't spoken to for a while in the modeling community and just see how they are. If he's a member of your club, touch base, talk to him, let them know you're still there, let them know we're still out there, and let them know they're being thought about, that they're not on their own, that the world isn't passing them by. On the more personal aspect on that, one of my daughters has suffered quite badly. It's had an impact on her, and last week I had to take her for an emergency mental health appointment to the hospital in Wrexham. It's not a kind of appointment you want to make. Well, it wasn't an appointment, it was go to A&E to get emergency mental health support and to get something in place because of the impact this period has had on her. And that was being asked to do that by the police. So it was fairly horrible circumstances. It is hitting a lot of people in a lot of ways beyond what it's doing to our lungs. It's what it's doing to our frames of mind, to the things that help keep us going in day-to-day life. And it is with that in mind that I've launched that group build. When does it run to? It runs to till when we can meet again. For me, that's going to represent Telford. So it's till November or till the next model show where our club has a table to honour it. So it's going to have a different end time depending upon where you are. Many modelers in Europe, it may not be until the summer or the autumn. In the US, it may be different. But it's about till we meet again, guys, thinking of you. That's what this idea of that group build is about. I was going to do a separate vid for this, but as I'm rambling, it's taking me in this direction. So look it up there. I will do separate update vids on that. Please comment on this. I will just ask, doing this through Facebook, go on there, register with it, and even just let us know what your experiences are at this time. Let us know how people have reached out to you, how you've reached out to someone else. But first, please, please, please start off by reaching out. And I would also suggest maybe make a donation also to mental health charity. It's something that's local to your area. Because this is kicking back in so many ways. There's increases in domestic violence, there's increases in marital tensions. It is clobbering people well beyond the scope of just a respiratory condition. And there's also knock-on stress from people losing their jobs. COVID lies at the kernel of a great deal more than just the illness. So I kind of wanted to launch that in a separate vid, but it sort of ran into my Chancellor's view. I feel it needs to be done, and I wasn't quite sure about how to find the words to put it. So this is where we are with that. Please go to the Group Build group on Facebook to sign into that. I think other subjects, I'd like to leave it there right now. As always, guys, thank you all for your comments, your feedback, and your support of your channels. I've been finding a lot more modeling channels coming up recently, and I will be doing a separate vid listing some of them. I've been subscribing to an awful lot of newer channels, and I really want to see these guys encouraged and subscribed to and developed. I think a lot of people over 2021 have started doing YouTube channels when they've been stuck in, and maybe that's one of the few good things that's come out of all of this. It has brought a lot more people to their benches, or deciding to take the next step with being benches and share it with us. Brilliant. And I will be doing another vid to bring up more to discuss some of the YouTube channels I've been discovering and asking you to encourage them as well. So a massive shout out vids is going to come along. So this is where we're at. I'm going to leave it at here, guys, and all I'm going to say is thank you for viewing. Happy modelling. Please, please, please take care of yourselves and one another. And until the next one, this is Chancellor North Wales signing out.